Good morning, everybody. The coronavirus x-rays show terrifying damage in the lungs of COVID-19 victims. The CT scans and x-rays of coronavirus sufferers' lungs, taken after they came down with symptoms such as a fever and a cough, show a pattern of abnormalities similar to SARS and MERS. These x-rays show the damage that the coronavirus is doing to the lungs of people who catch the potentially deadly bug. Doctors have been able to identify specific abnormalities caused by COVID-19, and the patterns are similar to those found in patients from the SARS and the MERS outbreaks. The scans show patches in the lungs, and the experts' findings could lead to a quicker diagnosis and help to prevent infections. The first British person to catch the flu-like illness had previously told how it hit him like a train and left him suffocating and in binding pain for weeks. This shows the lungs of a 44-year-old Chinese man who eventually died. That's awful. CT scans of a 50-year-old woman who tested positive after visiting China, the initial epicenter of the global outbreak, show white patches in her lungs. The abnormalities are known as ground glass opacity, or fluid in the spaces in the lungs, and they were more pronounced in later scans. The woman was admitted to hospital after having a fever for a week, a cough, fatigue, and chest congestion. She was diagnosed with severe COVID-19 pneumonia and also retreated with oxygen and antibiotics. I thought antibiotics didn't work for this stuff. Good grief. This shows some x-rays of a Vietnamese man who was diagnosed after traveling to Wuhan. In another case, a 44-year-old man who worked at the Wuhan seafood market, where the virus was thought to have been passed to humans, went to hospital after suffering a high fever and a cough for almost 2 weeks on December 25th last year. A chest CT scan showed similar patches, and scans taken later showed how the opacities had spread. The man was diagnosed with severe pneumonia and acute respiratory disease syndrome, but he died a week later. A 45-year-old woman from a province in China was diagnosed after returning from Japan and developing a fever, cough, and chest pain. Look at these lungs. I don't know how good these you can see, but you can see a difference. Look at these lungs. A reversed halo sign was observed in the left upper lobe. A recent study of more than 1,000 patients published in Radiology found that chest CT scans were better than lab testing at diagnosing coronavirus at an early stage. That's another good thing. The researchers concluded the CT scan should be the primary scanning method. Wow. In the U.S., doctors at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City were the first in America to analyze CT scans of COVID-19 sufferers. The doctors say that they identified specific patterns in the lungs of dozens of patients who were hospitalized in China at the height of the epidemic there. The ground glass opacities or patches became more dense over time, and the patterns were similar to those found in patients who contracted SARS or MERS. The man who died at the seafood market, look at his lungs, my goodness. You can see where how they had problems breathing. The doctors found fully involved lung disease in 25 patients who had scans between 6 and 12 days after symptoms. You guys, this is just take care, okay?